is being chased, thrown on the run, and it is caught. Touchdown, Keenan Allen. What a grab.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. That's the warrior spirit right there, boy.
Huge sack by Joey Bosa.
90-yard touchdown. 90-yard touchdown.
That's going to be picked off at the 8-yard line by Derwin James.
Herbert sets his feet, takes a shot downfield, has Knighton. Caught! Touchdown, Chargers!
That's the greatest throw I've ever seen.
The new one.
Alrighty, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the Thunder Down Under Chargers podcast. I'm Andy Prophet. I'm joined in the building
We're back.
by Jack Reed. If you haven't seen us on the other show, Big Man's on the mainland, so we thought what better way while Al's on holiday for the two of us to jump on together in the room, spend some time together, and go through a couple of mock drafts as we head into draft week. It's here, and the excitement bubbles are oozing, pouring up over the surface. So we've just done
A lot of bubbles.
Lots of bubbles.
A lot of bubbles. We've just done a mock show where we are not allowing any trades. So it's the sticking and picking at 5. This time round, we're going to jump back on the PFF mock draft simulator, and it's Trade City. It is licensed to greed. What can we get? Because for everything that's coming up through the press conferences, the value that the team is putting on, and the notice that they're giving the league, that pick 5 is essentially pick 1. Come up and get it. We're going to take whatever we can. Try not to shoot ourselves in the foot by just letting awesome prospects fly by. But we're going to head over to the mock draft simulator now. And obviously for the YouTube viewers, you can follow along. We'll do our best for the audio listeners to convey everything that's sort of happening around us. So yeah, let's get it. We've already run through the start of the draft. Run through so Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, JJ McCarthy. The first 3 off the board are all QBs. And unlike in the last one, Marv Harrison Jr. has gone at pick 4. So
Kyler Murray's new best friend, Marvin Harrison Jr. Gone to the Cardinals.
that's, I guess. Look, if you were to punt on it early now, that's sort of how you might expect the first 4 picks to go.
Yeah.
Now we're at that point where what is the value for the team, and what is the most likely thing that the Chargers will do in this situation? Drake May is still available. As you can see, guys, we've got 5 trade offers. We can also force trades. Al on the X has thrown up a poll maybe a week or 2 ago about what the Chargers fans or the TDU crew, you guys out there, would like to see happen with pick 5. The 2 prominent options were trade with the Vikings and take picks 11 and 23 off them.
Yep.
And find ourselves with 2 first-round selections. Plenty you can do with them. Another option, and the option which actually won the poll, and we might have to force this trade, is the Chargers trade with the Denver Broncos, who have been quite vocal about looking at getting rid of or offering up at least Pat Surtain, along with pick 12 for the Chargers pick 5. Now, I see a little bit more value. I find it for the the process of doing the mock drafts, and we're talking about the draft, of getting picks 11 and 23.
Yeah.
But Pat Surtain almost eradicates the Chargers' need for a cornerback, right?
Correct.
It almost takes it off, and I think that's kind of why this option won the poll, because now we don't need to necessarily look at that. Sure, some depth later on, but it doesn't. We're not having to factor in like taking a cornerback with that pick 23. So because that won the poll, I think.
Okay, we're not going to go. We're not going to do the Minnesota. I love seeing what's there at 11 and then make another first round pick.
We've got 12, and I think we're if everything goes to plan, and the Chargers do trade back, they'll probably be looking at a pick around 11 or 12. I think it might be a bit greedy and convoluted. I've had some myself and seen some where the Chargers trade back to 7 with Tennessee, pick up an extra second rounder, like probably one around the 39, pick 39 mark.
But I mean, if we're putting the value of pick,
And sorry, just to finish that, then you trade back from 7 again, possibly to
the double trade down.
the double trade down inside the first round, and then you can almost wind up with, a pick 12, a pick 11, maybe, I don't know. Look, if the quarterback that the Vikings wanted is still there at pick 7, they could come up from pick 11 to grab a Drake May.
I mean, so PFF have this simulation saying that this trade will not be accepted. So under no circumstances. I've done this a couple of times, and sometimes it's accepted, sometimes it's not. But what do the Minnesota Vikings? So if we say 11 and 23, it has a 38% chance of being accepted for pick number 5. And sometimes I throw in 108 there, and it's got a 22%. Would the Vikings give up their pick, their 2 first rounders and their 3rd round pick? I think not.
I think we're already batting out of our leagues being, the GM hats rather than trying to worry about 2 GMs in a trade conference. And that's, I think, why PFF gives you the force this trade.
That's right.
So you can just go, no, I would rather do this.
Okay.
In the realm, and you can trade with other teams.
I mean, the Raiders are there. I mean, there's always would it be nice to fleece Tom Telesco for Drake May? And it looks like we could take almost all his picks from the 2024 draft for pick number 5, and that would be fun. That would be a lot of fun to do that.
Yeah. Because then you get yourself into a bit of a sticky situation, because are you looking at beefing up the haul or the capital that the team has this year, and not saying we'll take 13 and 77 of this year's draft and next year's first round.
And next year's first round, yeah, that's right.
So if you just change that up, let's be reasonable. As much as we'd love to
Fleece Tommy tickets.
Fleece Tommy tickets, pull his hoodie over his head and punch him in the guts a couple of times. You still got like a kind of a 39% chance of that coming through. So it's interesting. I'm kind of, we put the feelers out there on Twitter and said, what would you guys like to see?
All right.
So
I think we go Sertan and pick number 12.
Yeah, I think for the appreciation of the listeners, I think we go with that one.
All right.
And man, are you going to tell me that Chargers fans wouldn't be happy landing Pat Sertan, who's given our receivers headaches?
I think might be one of the best corners, or the top corner in the league, maybe the top 2, him and Sauce Gardner in the next couple of years. I think true shutdown cornerback, can do anything, can play zone, can play man. Been playing in a pretty, always a solid defensive scheme at Denver, always a solid defensive team. Well, maybe not always solid. But Pat Sertan, I know Alistair loved him coming out. And is he still on a rookie deal?
Might be in the last
in
year.
the last year. So he's due a bit of money next season.
But as far as the you'd have to extend him. But I think as far as the financials go, because that's something you have to consider as well when you're taking on a player, is I think his cap hit for 2024 would be about 3.86 million.
Yeah, nothing. Let's just check his heels. Let's check his background history as well. And let's make sure that he needs no surgery in the weird sort of startups of camp. Because I'm still...
No heel spurs and potential for a knee blowout.
I'm still really burnt by
avoiding arraignment issues.
Yeah, that would be nice. Are we going to force it? I think we do.
I think we do it.
All right, let's go. Okay. Force a trade accepted. So who do Denver take? Denver take Drake May. Oh, this is sexy.
This is going to be really hard for me to take you away from this.
This is sexy. So Drake May goes at 5 to Denver. Alt goes to New York. Odunze goes to Tennessee. Malik Neighbors goes to Atlanta. JC Latham, an interesting pick, goes to Chicago, obviously protecting Williams. Fashanu Olumwaniwa. Olu, there we go. I'm doing my best.
Get ourselves in trouble here.
Goes to the Jets. Dallas Turner, bizarrely enough. So the Minnesota Vikings do not get their quarterback. So good luck, Justin Jefferson. You are not going to be particularly productive. We have my favorite player of the 2024 draft available to us.
Yeah, and it's kind of
Oh boy.
this is really like slashing my philosophy for let's get the let's do what the Chargers are most likely to do by taking a tight end and not a tackle. in the
Yeah.
mid-round. Let's just have a quick look at what's being offered to us. So we've got 16 on offer. I think they're coming up. They're probably going to try and come up and take Bowers.
Yeah,
at
I would
12,
say so
I
as
would
well.
say.
Yep, for Geno Smith.
Yeah. So, look, I see that there's just not a whole lot there in terms of getting value out of this trade. You're looking at more sort of depth picks in that third and fourth round.
Yep.
Look, you could probably end up with like an extra third and possibly 2 extra fourths in that little haul. Otherwise, you're heading
the Falcons.
down to,
You're going into sort of mid-second round.
Yeah, so look, maybe I don't think we could.
I mean, the Raiders, would the Raiders want to come in? I mean, I don't know if there's a quarterback on the board that the Raiders would that would maybe come up. I mean, they're probably sticking and picking because they know that the Chargers are not going to draft a quarterback. But I mean, Cooper DeJean's there, Quinyon Mitchell, Latu, Newton, Byron Murphy, Fuanga, Arnold, Faltanu, Jared Verse. I mean, for me, it's got to be Brock Bowers.
Yeah, I'm going to be really hard. As you're controlling that computer, it's going to be really hard for me to sway you otherwise.
But you walk away from the first round. You walk away from day one with Brock Bowers and Pat Surtain.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's really hard to argue with you, man.
I mean, the only other way that I perhaps go Fuanga, is get that big guy in there. Or Murphy, Newton and Murphy. I think there's more.
Latu as well.
Well, I mean, what is he saying? He's saying perhaps the best edge player.
Yeah.
Like in the draft ever, which is what his one of the coaches said on. I can't remember what coach it was, but I don't think DeJean or Mitchell. They're not sexy to me. I don't find them particularly. I don't want to take them at pick 12. It's Bowers, edge, defensive interior, or Fuanga.
Yeah, I think you'd need to be moving a little bit further down. You need more to take. Fuanga might go soon, but I think you need to be kind of in that late teens area.
Yeah. I think it's got to be Brock.
I think it's got to be Brock Bowers.
Okay, so honestly, Chargers fans, think about it. You walk away with Pat Surtain and Brock Bowers.
Out of day one.
Out of day one.
Yeah.
You've got your shutdown corner for the next however many years, and you've got the new Travis Kelce.
Alrighty.
All right.
Send in the card.
Okay. So let's just have a look. Oh, we're still going. Ooh. And we're kind of back in the same situation we were with the no trades.
Very similar second round.
Very, very similar. Kool-Aid McConkey goes to... That is such a Patriots pick. McConkey. That's Julian Edelman.
Someone say Julian Edelman.
Yeah, God. JPJ goes a little earlier. He goes to the Lions at 29. Cooper DeJean drops. Gosh, he's gone late first round. Adonai Mitchell just keeps creeping up. He started that early second round. He's kind of creeping up to that mid first round now.
I'm shattered. I'm shattered that Latu has fallen to pick 23.
Yeah, they've got
Because if you're trading back, if we flip the scenario back and went 11 and 23, you're getting Fuanga, you're getting a Latu, you're getting another good receiver, AD Mitchell. It's a really savage opportunity cost, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's because you're having I mean, Mac, Bosa, Tuipulotu, and Latu. Jeez, I mean that's a heck of an edge group.
Yeah, and like we spoke about on the defensive prospect show, there's going to come a time where Chargers fans were amazed that we managed to keep Bosa and Mac in the building this year. Is it going to be the same way next year?
No.
Are we going to have the option to draft a guy? Hopefully, we'll be picking in the 20s next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there going to be an edge prospect with a ceiling like Latu's? who can come in behind Tooley and maybe one of the aforementioned vets there,
Yep.
and maintain the efficiency of that part of the defense. We'll have to see. We've made our bed now, so
We have to line it.
we have to lie on it.
So Mike Sainristil's off. We don't need him now because we've obviously picked up Pat Surtain with that trade with Denver. So now I think you're looking at shoring up one of the lines. Surely, I mean, a lot of the tackles have gone again. They went that mid to late second round.
Yeah, so
Tyler
Fuanga went at
Guyton,
15,
yeah.
probably to the Colts, who in this simulation would have come up, I'd say, to take Brock Bowers.
Yeah, that's probably good. I don't mind that fit for Fuanga though. With their, they're going to have Richardson back, and they're going to want to have a heavy quarterback run scheme as well.
Yeah. You've had a run on edges in the first round. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 edges in the first round.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's going to happen.
See Johnny Newton drop into the bottom of the first.
Yeah.
All right. So we've gone wide receiver. We've gone tight end
And cornerback.
and cornerback.
Yeah.
From our round 1 picks. Now we're looking at Peyton Wilson at the top of the second. Is the top of the second?
Jeez,
too
for
early?
a linebacker as well. Yeah.
Is
gosh.
Jordan Morgan a tackle that we could see? I'm just
Yeah. No, I worry about Morgan.
really just like, I know you can't kind of pigeonhole a left tackle to left tackle, but I'm also aware that it would be great to have kind of strong side blocking ability. You do talk, like a friend of the show, Steve Hagelin, speaks very proudly about the muscle memory aspect of playing on one side of the line to the other.
Correct.
And just feel like that's almost like a desperation pick.
No, I don't think you're
taking
doing
that.
that. No. I mean, Ricky Pearsall is sitting there. Ricky P.
Yeah, well, this is the conversation that Al and I were having about, would you take a Roman Wilson or a Ricky Pearsall? And I loved Ricky Pearsall. Al, I think, just loved Roman Wilson a little bit more
Yeah, I like
than
Ricky P.
him. And I think Roman is like the kind of guy that has played in the Michigan offense, played in the sort of style of offense, more so than Ricky P. But I see intangibles with Ricky Pearsall. Now, would the Chargers go tight end and then straight into a wide receiver?
Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, there's Fisk there, the defensive interior as well. And then we're getting into
I'm concerned about Fisk
Are you?
because I didn't see necessarily like the production. I just saw a guy who almost trained for the combine.
Yeah,
and then
okay, that's
excelled
fair.
Crazy.
And he's just shot up
Yeah,
draft boards.
and had a bit of a drop in his grading last year. Kind of middling run defense, and we do want more stout run defenders. I think if we're looking on the defensive interior.
Yeah, what's his size? What's his size again, Braden Fisk? What are his measurables?
He's 6'5", I think.
Yeah, so he's just a little undersized for a real stout. When I say undersized, he's 6'5", but he's under 300.
Yeah, you're kind of looking at like a 3-tech.
Yeah.
Not a tweener as such, but like a third down pass rushing, like a Morgan Fox,
Yeah.
but a little bit more
Yeah.
polished and athletically viable.
I would love to have more stout defenders who are about 6'3", 320, 330. That's where I'm looking at for
Yeah.
because the edge group is so good. We're going to get pass rush, and you can run stunts on the interior to get your Bosas and your Max and your Tui Pelotus coming into that A gap anyway. I think that you need guys that are able to hold double blocks at the NFL level.
Yeah. The next question, I guess, is a Chris Jenkins too much of a reach this high up? If you're looking at like the sort of ideal defensive interior, building the trenches, how the Chargers will do it.
I definitely think so. I definitely think it's too much of a reach with some of the talent on the board. I mean, Peyton Wilson, that's so much draft capital to put into a linebacker. That top of the second.
Yeah, and we've been burnt by the Chargers trading back into the first to take a linebacker. He does have injury history too. Where are you sitting here?
I don't know. This is really hard. I mean, in a perfect world, this is a trade back.
Yeah.
This is in a perfect world. This is a trade back. This is a trade back scenario. So I would perhaps look at maybe the Raiders. The Raiders at 44 to trade back with them.
They've taken Quinion Mitchell, right?
Yes.
In the first. They are still in a desperate need for a quarterback.
Desperate.
So, of the teams that haven't yet taken a quarterback, I think Minnesota's there.
I think the top 5 is the top 4 have all gone because so McCarthy, May, Daniels, and Williams are gone. So you've still got
Bo Nix and Michael Penix Jr.
which is sitting there. I could see the Raiders coming up here and taking a high second round quarterback.
Yeah, where are we?
Las Vegas race, pick 44, which is putting us in Chris Jenkins territory.
It really is. So we let Tommy Tickets off the.
Would they give I don't know if they give a third. They might give a fourth.
So we're loading ourselves up. Let's try and take a fifth there. 71. You know, like I think if we offer this trade, maybe we'll give them seventh. That seems to be a fair. I don't think this will get accepted because they don't want this pick, but
yeah.
It's not an unreasonable bargaining.
No, so just for the listeners, so the Raiders are going to give us 44, 112, 148, and a future round 5. We're going to give them 37 and a round 7 pick. I think maybe that's probably a bit too rich. I think I'd probably maybe that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, it's a high second, isn't it? But I mean, there's only 7 or 6, 8 spaces between the two. Between the 44 and 37. So I think that's probably a little bit more fair, perhaps. So a 44, 148, a 37 and a future round 7. I think that's probably right.
Future round 5.
Future round 5 for 30. Yeah.
I'm getting rid of that.
Okay. All right. Let's do that.
Because stuffing. Whoa.
No, we don't want to give away any of our players.
Not bad.
Oh. Is it not? Oh, if you just, there we go. Force the trade.
Cool.
So we've traded back in the first and the second round, and I think given the board there, that's what I would do.
All right, let's have a look at what's happened. So they've gone up, got their quarterback.
They went and got Bo Nix straight away.
That's what we've sort of expected. So Xavier Leggett, noticeable guys that have come off the board now. Ennis Rakestraw Jr. going ahead of Mikey Senra still.
Yeah, and Lassiter's gone as well.
Kamari Lassiter.
Okay.
And so we're kind of left with the same
issue. Yeah, we are left with the same issue. I mean, would you trade back again for 51 and you hope that Jenkins or Pearsall are still there?
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Or are we now taking? Morgan was he was at left tackle. So, gosh, there's not much there.
No, it's a real interesting one with who's there, but now Peyton Wilson's still there.
Maybe you just go, okay, Peyton Wilson is possibly the best fit and best player available. Linebacker, it's a thin group. Perryman. We look at Wilson's run defense grade is high, so his pass rush grade, his coverage grade is elite.
Yep.
So we go. Maybe we're forced to hand best player available. We've traded back. We've got pick 69 coming.
Yep.
Peyton Wilson, linebacker.
All right.
I know we might get absolutely scorched over coals for that, but it is what it is. And now we're back. Now we've got Coram.
Yeah, we've got some available running backs here at the top of the third.
Your man Jalen Wright's there as well.
Yep. You've got sort of interior and edge flexibility, probably more projecting to the edge, and
which is Brandon Dawlis, yeah.
Brandon Coleman, Blake Fisher.
This is
on the
in our last round. We saw a bit of a run on these running backs at in kind of around this area of the draft. So your Trey Bensons, Your Irvings and stuff went. They went, and we're not picking again until 105. So maybe this is a time where we shore up running back.
All right.
Do we go Coram? Is Coram going to be the guy, or is there too much wear on those tires?
I'm sorry, folks. I am more interested in the way that he ran with Donovan Edwards in the Wolverines offense last year and in the year before. What a year in 2022.
Incredible.
96.2.
Almost 1,500 yards, almost 6 yards a carry. Woo!
Yeah.
Woo!
Set up for success there.
Absolutely.
And then you've got Jalen Wright as well, who
Incredible. Another really good.
Spectacular. Sure. He's it's an interesting one.
I reckon you go Coram. But my gut is telling me Coram. He'll be a first fit. He'll be a leader. He'll sit behind Dobbins and he'll sit behind Gus the Bus. Isaiah Spiller's there, another rookie. I think you round out your running back room. It's going to be a running back room by committee. He's coming back. Was it that after that? He's had a meniscus tear, but I think he just knows. He just knows the system. He knows Harbaugh, and he will contribute. I think day one.
Yeah.
We're picking him. Tell you what, geez, we're going. This is not a Harborian draft. This is not a Harborian draft at all. But hey, we're doing our best. We're doing our best with what we've got.
All it was trading back, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, see, two of my favourites, Kate Stover and Ben Sinnott, are there as well. But I mean, we've taken Bowers in the first round there. So Austin Booker's there at edge now. We're at pick 105, folks. Kinchins was there too. Norzad is there as well. So maybe it's a Hunter Norzad situation. We take a big boy in the at pick 105.
And we've got 11 offers for trade. So, look. Ravens, Jags, Baltimore, all picking soon. We do have 2 picks inside the next 5. We've got 105 and 110 coming up. So, there's a couple of names here over the course of sort of the next 6. Is there weight and value in moving down from 105, picking up, like a 113, and
a 130.
I don't know.
I reckon you could get that for 105. Could you pick up 130 and one?
I think you'd be hard pressed.
No.
Yeah.
You pick up sure. Let's trade back. Let's do it.
Let's see what else we can get here.
So Jacksonville at 114.
See, they've got 2. So they're coming up.
So they're wanting to take somebody.
153 is a better option.
Yeah, okay.
Right. What
The
are the Colts
got? 151. Oh, yeah. I could take that too. But I remember we are also dropping back positions.
That's right.
So I reckon the Jacksonville one there. So pick 114 and take 153. Yeah. And it's accepted. We're good GMs. We must have very stable relationships with our peers. Cade Stover's still there, and Sinnott is still there.
Cam Kitchens.
They've come.
Kitchens.
Yeah, Kinchins.
Okay,
I think we're taking. Well, I reckon we're taking Norzad.
Okay.
I like Norzad there.
Yep. I think it's taking him above SC.
Who went? Who did you like?
Well,
Did you like Cade? Did you like Cade?
yeah, I thought that.
I mean, Sinnott's still there though.
Yeah.
Are we gonna go? We're gonna go 2 tight ends in the draft. I doubt that.
No, you're right. You're completely right. I've completely lost my way thinking that another tight end would be the way to go. The way that they've built the room.
And where do we go now? Do we go Braylon Allen? Do we go cornerback again? No, not the way that they built it. Running back again? Sorry, guys. Or do you go Matt Goncalves, which I have no idea about from Pitt. Injured?
Season injury last year.
Jeez, he's a true left tackle. He's played a bit at right tackle, but
he
he's
does have that sort of flexibility. I think there's reason to believe he might fall a little bit because of that injury history. Refresh me. Who have we taken? We've got Sertan and Bowers in the first round.
Yep. Oh, we need a bit of a.
So a little refresh.
We took Coram
at 69.
at 69, and we took Peyton Wilson. So we took linebacker. I think if this was Harboring, you just shore up the big boys. But I mean, do you take Sweat? There's Trevor Keegan from Michigan, another alumni. You could go Tanner Bortolini, which is
I'm hearing things.
Yeah.
Like he's going to be like one of those steals.
Yeah, he's
We've
kind
just
of
taken Hunter Norzad as well.
Yeah.
So that sort of.
But Bortolini's played all over the line. He's played at right guard. He's played at right tackle. He's played at centre. He's also he's played at left guard, I should say. So he's got. I mean, his grades aren't looking particularly strong from Wisconsin.
I'm inclined to steer clear of that, having taken Hunter Norzad.
Yeah.
At pick 110. So
what are we going to do? I mean, again, do you just shore up the tight end room again and go with Sanot?
Nah, I don't think that would be the way to go. I think that's
exceptional run block grade.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to make some picks now. Where our time is running out.
We're about to expire the clock.
Yeah, we're about to lose our pick.
Yeah, pick 44. Pick 114. Man, I can't look past Devondre Sweat.
All right, let's take him. Let's take 20 can Devondre. Big boy on the empty. Oh, sorry, folks. There's little Wally. We've got Wally in our. He's just protecting. All good. Okay. Are you going?
All right.
Are you going your?
No, well, we've taken
Leo
Peyton
Fal?
Wilson, so I don't see the necessity in linebacker here. Isaiah Adams is a guy from Illinois I don't know a whole lot about as a tackle prospect.
Yep.
Let's do a quick little over him.
Well, maybe we need wide receiver. Because remember,
with gap grade.
we haven't hit wide receiver yet. So maybe this is a chance we go like an Isaiah Williams, McCaffrey's there. Not a particularly strong contested catch rate.
6.8% drop rate.
Yeah, we've had enough of drop rates. He's a tiny. He's 5'10", 180, so he'd be speedy.
Yes.
We're still here, folks. We're just putting our brains together.
It's a really interesting one. We've almost like shored up things prematurely, and then you come into a later round, and there's a bevy of options at the position you've already taken at tight end, being an example of the last one.
Yeah, that's just how the board falls sometimes.
It is.
Do we know anything about Jaquan Jackson from Tulane? This is when we need Alistair, because he has some of these names and tape that he's watched is a bit ludicrous.
Yeah, not a.
I reckon we just need to go. Who cares what they are and what they do? I reckon we just need to now look at where we need to go.
Okay, so you're going now.
I
Position
reckon
of need.
Yeah, I reckon, and I think it's wide receiver. I still think that you take the best wide receiver available on the board, whether that's McCaffrey, whether that's Williams.
Yeah, I'm looking at
6'2", 195, big guy.
60.7% contested catch rate.
Drop rate is high at 4.1.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I should say, sorry. It's in the...
You know that QJ guy? Like 12. Yeah? Bad. Good receiving grade.
Yards per route run. Yeah.
He's not busting anyone.
No, but I reckon
Tied second in contested catches.
Yeah. Is it Christian's brother?
Yeah.
It is. So it comes from a good family.
And Ed's other son.
Yeah. Rice Owls.
Yeah.
Who do you play for? I play for the Rice Owls. Yeah, okay. We take him. Let's take him. Let's take McCaffrey. We're taking a wide receiver. Let's go. Let's get through these picks. All right. Malik Mustafa, safety, Wake Forest.
Yeah, interesting one. I did have a look at him a little bit. I feel like handy tackler doesn't play a whole lot of deep safety, which I feel like if we're filling a role player for the versatility of the safety room, not the guy.
Okay.
Throwback strong safety. So you're kind of looking at the Derwin James, box thumper kind of guy. Some of these cornerback names here for depth are not names I'm super familiar with. Miles Harden. I've watched a little bit of DJ James from Auburn. Did some okay stuff, did some dreadful stuff. But look, when you're getting into that sort of middle of the draft area, you're just hoping that there's something that they know more than you do, right?
Yep. I reckon we'd take. Let's take a quarterback. Let's take a cornerback. Let's take DJ James. Poor run defense grade though, which is not great. Man coverage high, zone coverage very good too. Versatile. Lined up a lot. Outside corner, not too much in the slot. Don't mind that.
Fine.
Yeah, let's take him. Let's take a bit of DJ James.
6'1", 164. Man,
He's very light. And if it shows that he lacks top speed. So if he's 164 and lacking speed, then I wonder about the transition to the NFL.
You can put weight on.
He's an athlete though. He's an athlete, so competitive.
We've landed Pat Surtain.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's go DJ James. Let's go DJ James at 153 from Auburn.
All right,
Good
man.
school. All right, now we're picking straight away again at 153. Do we just go, there's Shipley.
Oh, let's have a look at Christian Jones for me, if you wouldn't mind.
Christian Jones.
Yeah, that one up.
So he would have played opposite Big Tavondre. Sorry,
Sorry,
he would on the other side. Yeah, opposite. Maybe not opposite on the defensive line.
Opposite in training.
Yeah, big boy, 6'6", 321.
I think he's played mainly at right tackle.
He's plainly right. He's a right tackle. Yeah.
Gap grade's a concern.
Yeah,
60.8.
that is not.
But look, pretty
true
healthy
pass
run
set.
blocking. I think at that size, you're looking. You'd assume that there's a little bit of like power in him, right?
Yeah, you'd 6'6", 320. Yeah, maybe not like long levers, but not necessarily that foot for base power. But I mean, we've got to take. I think you've got to be or Tyler Davis from Clemson on the defensive interior.
Yeah. See, this was one of those things that we spoke about with what are the Clemson defensive interiors.
Yes.
You're not looking at super stats there.
No, and he's played mainly. He's played in the B gap, hardly over the tackle. And what is he? 6'2", 300. So he's on that cusp of being a bigger body. He could put on 10 more pounds and play at 310, 315. But
I'm kind of cool with Christian Jones.
Christian Jones, done. Let's take him.
Go on tackle.
181. Where are we going to be here? Just more guys, more names. Travis is there. Steele Chambers, Javon Foster, Torrey Taylor. Hey, do you go Kamani Vidal? You've got Coram. So you have 5 running backs.
Yeah. Good gap
Playing
grade.
for the Trojans. Yeah.
Good elusive. 5'8". So he's definitely in that mold that I spoke about on the last show about the complementary piece to a more zippy kind of running back.
Or there's your man Guarendo, which is still there. He's still sitting.
I think having taken Coram, you'd be more inclined to look at a Vidal.
A Vidal.
And then it's sort of like either Vidal works and Spiller's
Out. Yep.
I haven't seen it. I'm not hanging on to him and like saying, "Oh no," but think of Isaiah. It's not what I'm here for.
Let's go Vidal. Let's go running back again. I like it. 5'8". Geez, he's small, but he's elusive. And so now we don't pick until 225. Be interesting to see. What do you reckon? Just your guess. Do you reckon we're going to get an A- grade on this one again, or do you reckon we're going to get an A, or are we going to get a B plus? Who knows?
I really don't know how it works, to be honest.
Yeah,
man.
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know
I feel
what
like
it
it's
takes
all a
into
little bit of
account.
nonsense at times.
It's like when you get an A or a grade back at the end of when we were at school, you got a B. It's like, well, why did I get a B? I don't know. You just got a B.
yeah.
How do I improve? You just got a B. How do I improve? Just get a plus.
I never asked questions when I got a B. I was always happy with that. All right. So we've
Cornerback, tight end, linebacker, halfback.
defensive interior, center, wide receiver, tackle, halfback again.
Do we now just go Jaden Crumdy? Maybe not.
Couldn't tell you anything about the guy.
Can you tell me anything about any of these
Jalen
guys?
Simpson, I think I've looked at a little bit.
Jalen Simpson, safety from Auburn.
Yeah, I feel like it's a fair bit of
So he looks
deep.
more. Yeah, he
It's
looks more like
more-
a deep. His run defense grade is poor, but if he's gives him a good. Oh, he's a corner. He's got a background as a cornerback versus as a free safety, slot defender, and 2 deep safety. His overall size would make him an outlier as a contributor, but his movement skills give him a shot to play that day 3 developmental player. I think that's what you're looking for, right?
yeah,
Nice. I like it.
cool.
Done. Development. And now what do you do here at 253? So we've gone corner DB again. We've gone DB again. So we're walking away from the draft at the moment with a very late pick at CB and Sertan. Now it's just Frank Crom. There's my man Deshaun Fenwick again. Trey Knox. Is that Dawson Knox's brother?
Couldn't tell you.
Couldn't tell you. No, Kendall Milton. Edufuan Ulofoshio, the linebacker from, is that Washington? What are we taking? Edge, David Ugwobugu. Or Zion Tupola Fetui. I'm just looking for names here. I'm just looking for the best names. Ulofoshio, linebacker, another linebacker. I mean, these are special teamers, right? So you're looking for guys that athletically test very strongly. You're looking for guys with speed. You're looking for guys, with traits that could help in certain situations. You're not looking for starters. You're not looking for
without having done your due diligence on
any of these guys.
the bottom of the barrel of the prospects.
Yeah.
Maybe you ain't getting too much info.
Maybe we just go Josh Wallace from Michigan again because of the connections, or Trent Jones again.
Having taken a tackle and we've got a couple of DBs so far, maybe we just look at a little bit of kind of where he played. Looking pretty healthy.
Yeah.
In that sense.
He played a lot. He's a true corner. 6 foot 190. Plays on the outside. Knows the system.
Improved his passer rating from 2021 through to 2023.
Shows improvement, yeah.
2 missed tackles ain't that bad.
Knows the scheme. Knows hardball. Josh Wallace, you are a
Charger.
Los Angeles Wolverine. All right. I'm hoping we get an A for this one.
Yeah,
I would
we'll
like
see.
an A.
We'll see. I think we landed our last draft in the top 53% of Chargers drafts.
Okay, you drafted. Okay. Ooh, 3 A pluses to start.
Oh, damn.
Then we go Norzad as a C. Ooh, then we really drop off in the later rounds.
Yeah, we did a bit.
Oh,
We kind of lost our way a little bit.
but we got a
But
better
we got an A.
grade.
And we're in the top 37%.
Top 37% of Chargers drafts.
So we really looked at how many picks we could get this draft rather
Correct.
than trying to trade for next year's approach as well, which might be a little bit short-sighted.
But look at that.
How many did we walk away with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 players, 11 draft picks plus Pat Surtain.
Ooh,
Yeah. And,
well, that's an A plus, right?
we took a lot of cornerbacks.
So,
in there.
so if you're walking away and you walk away with Satan, Bowers, Wilson, Coram, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad as your sort of, I mean, all skill position. And again, this is not very much, this is not a Harborian draft either.
It's not.
It gets a little bit Harborian and Norzad, Sweat, Jones, but even then, Anyway, this was fun.
Yeah, it was fun, man. It was it's
Oh, we got double screen. How cool is that?
yeah, we'll fix that. Not going kind of tackle straight off the bat in the first round, trading back, but I think landing the cornerback probably could have splashed out in other positions later in the draft. But look, it's never going to be a perfect draft. Chargers are going to do a lot of work. We're going to get absolutely grilled for it. But we had fun.
We did have fun. This was awesome. I really enjoyed it. I hope it was fun listening. This is obviously a different kind of show that we're normally used to, but that was great. I'm gassed after doing that. I'm tired.
I think we've probably ruined Al's holiday as well. Which
He's probably sitting there on the beach with a Mai Tai, screaming into his phone right now.
throwing a margarita at a tuk-tuk driver. What did I say before? He'd be rolling over in his tuk-tuk.
He'd be rolling over in his tuk-tuk. How dare they take Blake Corum that high? How dare they? How dare they disregard my advice?
Why would you do this if you did that? That's all right. You take some shows off, brother.
Yeah, enjoy.
And look, next week's going to be real fun. We'll try and do some reaction videos like we have in years past. Chuck them up on YouTube Shorts for whatever happens. I can just tell already that the excitement and anticipation when when the clock starts at pick 5, and then we just get pushed back, and we'll be hanging out waiting for the Chargers to actually make a selection. But it's a new regime.
It's a new day. Yeah,
and it's exciting to see that we're more likely. Well, we're more inclined as a team to trade back than to trade up and make a mistake.
What's your true prediction? What is your true? What do you think will happen?
My true prediction, I think we will take 11 and 23.
Yeah.
I think that will be kind of what happens. And either Drake May or JJ McCarthy available there at 5 for Minnesota to come up. Because there's much of the rumors going around that, that they might be looking to trade Justin Jefferson. Losing or like having a rookie quarterback and no dead set number 1 wide receiver it's really gonna put that franchise back.
Yep.
And they will probably feel the need to come up. So taking that, I think we'll see a tackle taken with that pick 11. And then pick 23, I wouldn't be surprised to see a Johnny Newton.
Like a Johnny Newton, that's what I was going to say, yeah.
You've gone tackle, defensive interior. So whilst the visual representation of like us sort of giving the fans what they wanted and bringing in Pat Surtain and essentially getting him off the opposite side of the field for 2 games of every year, guys. We did that for you. And then we probably butchered a fair bit of the rest of it. But that's all right. We had fun. I hope you did too. And if it gets you bashing your keyboard and chatting to us, then great.
Yeah. I think there will be a trade down. I think it might be with Denver. I think it might be with Minnesota. I do think that the way the board's going to fall is going to be weird. I think Marvin Harrison goes higher than most people think. I think the quarterbacks are going to be bizarre. There's been all this lip service about JJ McCarthy. I think the quarterbacks, it would be great for us if a couple of those quarterbacks don't go as high. They don't go in the first 4. Maybe if there's 1 or even 2, Drake May and Williams go, and then at Harrison, and then maybe a Neighbors, and then we're sitting there. I think that could cause all kinds of chaos. I really don't think Harrison's going to be there at 5. I don't think Bowers will be there past 10. I think it's going to be a tackle, and we're going to see they're going to be unsexy, but I think they'll be integral to our team. So I'm thinking that it's going to be tackle, guard, defensive interior, first round. I think that's where it's going to be.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect like the tackle guard flex. I don't think there's a standout guard that is deserving of a first round pick.
But to the size, your Fashanu or your Fuanga, I think. Which is, I'd be really excited.
Fuanga, I think, would be the guy that I'm the most sort of pumped about.
Yeah.
Would I be okay if Rome Odunze fell to pick 11
Yeah.
and taking him and then taking, I know people are really hot and cold with Amarius Mims,
Yep.
but 6'8" and arms like a pool cleaner, right? They are huge, long arms. You just can't get up into his chest plate. So still has a bit of work to do with some technique stuff. But look, we need a tackle for the future. We don't need him right now.
Yeah.
So
It's going to be so interesting.
if Odunze fell to 11, I'd be over the moon. And if we took him, right? Bowers too. I'm just higher on Odunze. I just see so much more need in like a versatile all-round receiver.
Yeah.
When I know like having Will Disley and Hayden Hurst come into the fold is not. Don't worry about the tight ends, but I feel so much better with the tight end room where it is now than when it was after Gerald Everett left. And sort of understanding the philosophy of like the run first. I still think like, yeah, Keenan
run first makes sense with the tight end, surely, because Bowers can block. I mean, it's not as one wood as they say here.
Yeah, look, maybe you're right. I just feel like Odunze is like the Chargers guy. If you're looking at offensive weapons, I'd say.
But but what happens if Shark or MVS gets signed?
Well, I don't necessarily consider Odunze to be that vertical speed guy. That would be Neighbours. Right?
Yeah, okay.
And I feel like
isn't Palmer our all around guy though now? You know, one of it is coming to the time where he has to show his ability, and I think he's shown enough to be that all around. Like he might not have the ceiling of Odunze.
Absolutely doesn't.
No, but then you've got QJ, then you add an MVS, you add a Shark, you add a Bowers.
I think it'd be one or the other.
Yeah,
Probably.
you don't add both.
I'd be hoping Shark over MVS.
Yeah, Shark's
age
better.
for production, all that sort of stuff. And
Well, OBJ's still there too.
yeah.
So then, you Chark and OBJ, Palmer, Darius Davis,
Yeah.
QJ.
The options are endless, aren't they? And
It's
it's gonna be awesome viewing for all Chargers.
It's going to be weird. I normally have some kind of idea. Well, Tommy, you can normally pick, Tommy Telesco. Oh, there's a wide receiver who's 6'5", and loves contested catches. Oh, we're definitely going to draft him.
Loves contested catches. Loves dropping them.
Yeah.
Loves dropping uncontested catches too. He knew he was out. He was playing the long game. He's like, 13 years, I'm going to fuck these guys. I'm going to fuck them for 13 years.
Kenneth Murray. No, he was doing that for
Manti Teo.
He's been doing it for ages.
Even his free agency stuff. Derek Cox. God.
JC
Jackson. Goddamn. It's a new era.
Yeah, let's live in the present and the future.
We had fun doing that, guys. Hope you enjoyed it too.
Awesome spending time with you, mate.
Yeah, great to see you, brother.
Oh, that was a solid one.
We'll see you next time on TDU, guys.
See you guys.
Enjoy the draft. Go Chargers. Bolt up, baby!
Hold up.
Rivers backpedals, looking, firing. He's got Floyd turning. Got it! Zigzag 10.